Hey, this is Channel Creative Writing Prose. I'm Robin, and this video will be about the ISTJ. First, I'd like to point out that if you are under the age of 13, you probably shouldn't be watching this video, so please either click off or go ask your parents if they're okay with you watching it. Also, I may as well mention right now that if you do take the Myers Briggs or Jungian personalities very seriously, please don't. It's more really a guideline than a rule. It's a spectrum, not a this end, that end, there's nothing in the middle. Without further ado, let's get into the video. In this video, I will be talking about give an overview of the ISTJ personality, and I will be then talking about at the end if you have characters who are like this, or if you want to write a character that's like this, how you can do it, and also if you are a writer with this personality, what that's going to mean for you. Integrity, practical logic, and tireless dedication are the traits that make up the ISTJ. ISTJs are vital for ISTJs are very vital to most family units and organizations. ISTJs uphold tradition and rules above all else. ISTJs actually enjoy taking responsibility for their actions. When working towards a goal, ISTJs, they have their full focus on the goal and hold back no energy. ISTJs like to analyze the surrounding facts as well as the core facts when it comes to making decisions. ISTJs are very much no nonsense at all, and when they make a decision, they are fully dedicated to completing their task. ISTJs don't tolerate indecisiveness very well, and they don't tolerate either when people are basing things around impractical theories. ISTJs can't stand to not make deadlines, or if they get too close to not making a deadline, they can become very frustrated. ISTJs will complete a task no matter the personal cost. The worst thing a ISTJ can experience from others is laziness and dishonesty. ISTJs tend to work alone. ISTJs tend to see relying on other people as a sign of weakness. ISTJs will follow rules and guidelines no matter the cost. ISTJs would rather be honest than consider someone's feelings. ISTJs are actually deeply emotional, they just struggle to express their emotions. Some of the strengths and weaknesses of the ISTJ are, they're honest and direct, they're strong-willed and dutiful, they're very responsible, they're calm and practical, they create and enforce order, and they're jacks of all trades. Their weaknesses are they are stubborn, insensitive, always by the book, judgmental, and often unreasonably blame themselves. While the ISTJs vary by the book and almost cold-seeming demeanor is seemingly very boring, to some it can be very admirable, and of course it's very useful in certain situations. Of course, in some situations where a more intuitive or a more creative mind is more appropriate, ISTJs can be thrown off a bit, and they're very good in dealing with facts rather than theories. Now I'm going to talk about characters, how you can use this personality for a character in a story. Obviously, if you want the character to enjoy what they do, then have them in a job where they do look at facts all the time or enforce rules. If you have a character that is miserable in their work, then obviously have them in something that's very artistic or freeing. I'm not actually sure how a character would end up in that sort of situation, but get creative, and if you can think of something, great. Also, when it comes to this character, obviously the area of romance would be sort of questionable because they do tend to be very cold and driven by facts rather than feelings. Cold and very much going by facts rather than feelings. If you're a writer who has this personality type, I'd question how you'd go with writing fiction. If you're writing non-fiction, it's very much straightforward and obviously based around facts. And of course formatting is pretty straightforward. There is some creativity involved, of course, but yeah, I think it would be a better fit for you. Yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it was useful for you. Feel free to check me out on Facebook and Twitter, and also feel free to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel, and keep being creative.